Welcome everybody to the Maple and Blossom podcast, episode 30. We have made it to our next movie review. I am one of your hosts, Blossom, as always, and I've got Maple with me.
Hello, everyone. Welcome into today's episode.
I will say that it's very nice to do these movie ones once in it's nice. It is a nice break.
Yeah. It's a lot less work to do these ones than it is the longer anime ones. Yes.
And somehow we still full an hour 30.
It's almost like we're professional. It's weird.
Imagine that. So yeah, this week, or sorry, this episode is Kiki's Delivery Service, which is like just a pretty good standard movie.
It's a classic.
That's definitely classic. This is one of those ones where I could see. This is I know last week we had what anime would you show somebody, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is also kind of one because the older Studio Ghibli movies are basically like Disney movies, right?
Oh yeah,
So
yeah.
it's okay, this is probably a decent choice, I guess.
Yeah. I will admit, I had to. There were times in this I had to take a step back and kind of in a way, go, okay, I gotta take my biases out of this because I really don't like Disney movies. So okay, I gotta take my bias out of this and kind of really actually give this a try. So I will. It's not bad. It's not terrible. It's not. Again, it's not my go-to or something I would seek out and pick for myself if I were to watch it again. But it is good. It is good. So let's jump in.
Yeah. Sorry, I was yawning. Sorry. Okay. Yeah. Let's jump right into the movie then. Okay. So, the opening scene is of a little girl looking up at the sun, listening to a radio. And you see her kind of hurrying home, and her mom is making potions. So it's kind of just instant you just kind of get the idea there's something
Magical.
there's a little bit of magic in this world, which is nice. So Kiki, our main character here, is a 13-year-old girl, and it's tradition for witches to leave home for a year and practice their craft. So, this is her coming of age kind of party or event, I would say.
Yeah, basically.
Mhm. Yeah.
So she tells her mother that she heard on the radio that it's supposed to be a clear night and a full moon. So she's planning. Today's the day. I'm gonna leave. And her mother is a little nervous, basically, because she's like, she doesn't even know half the potions I do. Like, how is she gonna make it out on her own? Classic mother, classic mother stuff, basically.
Yeah, well, we don't really have to worry about children trying to leave home at 13.
I know. So then she goes and she explains to her father that she's leaving tonight, and he looks like he's setting up for a camping trip, and he's kind of like, well, what about our camping? She's like, no, I'm gonna go do this. So
Yeah,
he
I
goes
think it's
in.
really. Also she goes up to her room to kind of start packing for stuff, and her cat Gigi is talking cat, which is oh, that's so cute. I did not, I was that's really neat that the cat talk. I think that's because witch, right? So
of course, classic
really,
black cat. So
I really liked the moment she had with her dad here too.
Yeah.
Right? I really just thought the moment here between her and her dad was very cute, where they kind of they reminisce a little bit about she's like, oh, I want you to lift me like you did when I was younger and stuff like that. So it's really cute moment. Even though I'm old, I'm even though I'm growing up, I'm still your little girl sort of kind of feel, right?
Yeah. Well, again, it's also showcasing, him being supportive and how much he's actually, with all of this kind of stuff too, right? Um, so he's calling. He goes down. He starts calling all the family and calling everyone and setting everything up for tonight. Um, so she goes out and everyone's kind of there and she's getting ready to go flying. And her mother says that her broom is not. She shouldn't be using her little broom that she has. That it'd be best to use her broom. And she goes to hand her broom and she has to make a case, and everyone kind of agrees, like, no, no, this actually would be the better broom to use rather than yours, and use this for now, and then make a new one when you get to your new location, right?
I like her takeoff. It
I
just
know.
oh my
I
god.
take note.
Yeah.
Just bounce around like ping pong between the trees.
Yeah, just knock like yeah, she did not start off well, so like you could just immediately like feel like the parents like, oh no. Like,
Yeah.
this is how she's starting. Yeah.
So she heads up and she's flying and she's listening to music, and she talks to Gigi and basically says like, I think I'm gonna head south because I want to go by the ocean. That's kind of like her, in her head, the city or the area she wants to go to.
So early on, she runs into another witch who's like, she's a fortune teller. She's like very like rude, like she's like snob, like
Yeah, it's very snooty and kind of seems more like high class.
yeah, exactly. Mm.
Yeah, so she's like, "Oh, there's my town. I'm gonna go now," and she kind of leaves Kiki by herself again. So Kiki continues flying, and then it starts to rain.
And then they
So
take shelter in a train, which I thought was hilarious because she is like in like a pile of hay, right? And there's a lot of times that there's a lot of times in this movie where Kiki takes off her clothes.
oh yeah, I know. I'll give
Yeah,
you a hint.
like
There's no way I'm stripping down to my underpants and climbing in a pile of hay. I'll give you that. that not happening.
uh yeah. I probably and she was like, "Oh my gosh, this is so soft!" Like she was like
Oh
so
yeah, and
happy.
she
I
like
was like,
she like
"What the
covers
heck?"
herself with it. She like grabs a pile of
Like
it,
a
like covers
like
herself like a
blanket.
blanket. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was like very interesting, like seeing it. I was like, "Oh, okay." And you know things too is like I also noticed that too in like early Disney movies. They also just had a lot of kids. Oh god, sorry. They also had a lot of kids just taking off their like just getting dressed or stuff like that. So
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah,
It was like a 90s thing where it was like
yeah.
more acceptable, I guess, to have media portraying like I guess kids like
I mean,
that.
it's a real life scenario. I mean,
No, I
children get
that
trained. I
yeah,
understand that part, but it's like, yeah,
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
know what you mean. So, of course, as she's sleeping, the train starts moving, and she wakes up as
I thought it was already moving. She got on it while it was moving.
no, no, it was dead. It was still.
Oh, I thought it was moving already.
No, no, it was still, and then a train goes by it, and then that's when it kind of makes a sound. It
Mm.
lights up, the lights go on, it makes its noise and takes off.
Oh, I thought it
So
was moving the whole time. Whatever.
nope, nope. And then she wakes up because her foot sticks out, and the cows start licking her feet because there's a pile like of the cows below there. So she wakes up, she goes down, and she apologizes to them for sleeping in their food.
Yeah, sorry
And
for sleeping in your breakfast.
yeah, so then she gets out and she starts flying and she sees a town. Coincidentally, she's now by the ocean and sees a town and starts flying towards it. She takes note of the clock tower, basically like this is exactly what I've been looking for. Like this is
Mhm.
the type of city that I envisioned in my head, basically. So
And immediately there she almost caused car crash.
Yeah, so everyone is dumbfounded by her, like in a sense, like they've never seen a witch. So she's like
Hmm.
flying around the people, and they're all just staring at her like, "Oh my god, this is amazing." So she kind of gets like an attitude about her, kind of like, "Oh yeah, yeah, that's right. Look at me," and she almost goes flying into a bus. And then she goes and almost gets hit by a couple of the cars, and yeah, basically almost causes the car accident. And then as she stops, a cop comes over.
Yeah, and the cop is like, okay, do you know what you just did? Like, you almost caused car accident. Gonna have to tell your parents and like give me your name and stuff like that. And someone far away basically like yells asking for the cop, which helped Kiki get away in
Yeah,
this situation. So it's like we don't know who that boy is yet either.
yeah,
So we immediately find out that his name is Tombo.
yeah. He comes by
And
on a bike and talks about how awesome she is because she can
okay,
fly.
so also too, like, well, after she landed, like
Yeah,
right before this, she started trying to talk to the locals, and they're like, "Oh, you're a witch. Oh, okay. Oh, look, I have to go now." Like, they were kind of very like hesitant. Like they were trying to like not talk to her, not really be involved with her. So this was a scene in the movie where it almost felt like the town didn't want witches, right?
yeah. Or it was just more of like they've never seen one before, so they just didn't know how to take it, right? Like
Yeah,
how
that
do we
too.
interact with them? Like what is their intention? Is she gonna hurt us? Is she good? Is she bad? Like we've never
Yeah,
seen
I
any
guess so.
before, right? So it's like
Hmm.
what do we do with this? I mean, to be fair, I mean, what would you realistically do if you're walking down the street and seeing a girl flying above you and said she's a witch? Are you gonna have a conversation with her? You're gonna be like, "Oh, okay, yeah, I gotta go
Uh,
now. Okay, bye."
I think I might like. I think I would try say. I think I would actually be like friend. I think I would try friend.
mm,
Yeah,
mm.
I would talk to them. So
Would you ask if they got transformed by a magical cat?
I would tell them that they
Scooby
probably
around,
shouldn't.
Scooby around.
I would tell them that they probably shouldn't wear a dress on a broomstick.
Yeah, flying around, yeah. So next we
Uh,
see Kiki is immediately like cold and distant to the boy.
I really hated this part. Like I really hated how Kiki treated him.
Yeah,
I just was. This is just one part of the movie, and she does this multiple times, just to him. That's the problem I have
yeah.
with it. It's only to him.
Well,
She'll talk to almost anybody else. Almost anybody
there's one
else.
other girl she does it to later on in the movie. There's
Oh
one
yeah,
other
because
person,
yeah, well the girl was mean to her first.
partially, but we'll cover that. But so Kiki's now running around looking for a place to basically stay.
Okay, the reason why she gave him the cold shoulder is because apparently
Yeah.
Kiki is very old school and didn't want to talk to him because he didn't give
Oh,
his
he didn't know
name
his
first.
name. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it was weird. But like you said, then Kiki, she gets to like a bakery, right?
Well, first she's looking for a place to stay. So she's going
Hmm.
around the different like hotels, different inns, trying to
Oh,
find. She's trying to
yeah.
find a place to live, basically. And they're immediately like hesitant, like, okay, like, where's your parents? Like, who are you staying with? And she's kind of like, well, my parents aren't here. Like, I'm supposed to be by myself. And I'm supposed to be independent. And then they start asking her, like, okay, well, do you got ID? And she's like, okay, I'm just gonna go, kind of thing.
She's
Um,
like, yeah, never mind, whatever.
Yeah, so she's staying at the park and she's kind of like looking around again, trying to avoid the cops because they're out looking for her. And then this is where she does. She goes over and she's kind of like standing by a wall and she's looking over the ocean. And that's where she happens to be by the bakery and where she sees a woman come out stand beside her. is yelling at a woman way off in the distance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so this customer just left with her baby and forgot her pacifier.
Yeah,
And then Kiki's like, "Oh, don't worry, I could I can like give it to her real quick." Right? So like she gets on the broomstick and this girl just watches her jump off the building and she's like freaking out like, "What? Oh my God, no, what the heck?" Right? And then
yeah,
obviously Kiki like just flies over there and like hands her the pacifier. And so when Kiki gets back, the girl like was like, "Oh wow, thank you so much for doing that," right?
yeah,
Um, and Kiki gives her a letter, and the letter said, "Your new delivery girl is great," right? And so this girl's name is Osono, and she takes Kiki in, and is like, "Oh yeah, we have like spare like room in attic." It's almost like it's on like a separate part of the house entirely, which is like kind of nice. Um,
yeah. It's more like a, I don't know, like a above their storage facility,
mhm.
if you will.
So yeah, she's able to stay there. So Kiki wakes up, and then the next day she starts like helping out in the bakery and stuff like that. So like before we continue, I want to say like she went to this town with like just some money, right? And like there's no plan, there's like no idea.
Yep.
I really don't like when movies do this, where it's just okay. So like, what if Osono did? I get it's a movie, I get it, but like realistically speaking, it's like, and this is also a good like contrast too that it shows, right? Between where she used to live, the countryside, and the city, like this big city, where like I
Yep.
bet you if she went to hotel or inn at like where she lived, it would be completely fine, right? Like, you'd be like,
Yeah.
oh, okay,
Yeah.
yeah. But like because she's in big city, right? They're like, oh well, we don't like you need like adult right here. So like it almost showed that like immediately she was just in way over her head, right? Like she just clearly had no idea how the biggest city world works,
Yep.
right? And the other thing is like the other girl that she met, right? Because when they were on the broom, right, like earlier in the movie, the girl who was like a snob and talking to her,
Yep.
um, she almost made it seem like she left home. She's like, "Oh yeah, I basically knew what I was doing when I left home," right? And she's like,
Well, she had some indication as to what her talents were and what her skills were, right?
"That's the thing." And Kiki has like nothing.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't know. I'm not a big fan of movies that are just like, "Oh yeah, everything will just be okay."
Yeah.
It's just not like at least give like a plan, give like a direction.
Yep.
Like there was nothing in the beginning. She just kind of went out and hoped it worked out. Like I really don't like when things happen like that.
Yeah. So yeah, so like you said, she starts helping out around the shop, and she says she's starting she's thinking about starting a delivery service because basically the only skill she has is flying. Um, and she says she wants to get a phone so she can start like taking orders, I guess. So also no, basically it's like, look, you can just use the shop's phone, so you're not like wasting money. And she's like, you can just work here, and it'll help cover the room, the phone, and then I'll also throw in breakfast,
Hmm?
basically. And it's like, well, I mean, at least there's that, because I mean, she didn't really think about that part either. So she goes off shopping, and she's starting to actually realize how expensive things are. Because she picks up a frying pan, she's like, whoa, these things are that expensive. And even like this part here, like after when she's walking out with all of her supplies, it to your point, it shows how when she's shopping, how inexperienced she is in the city too, because she has difficulty navigating the streets because she's
Mm-hmm.
not used to cars. So she goes stumbling and almost get hit the whole time going through, right?
Yeah, but so
Um,
does every other anime girl, so it's okay.
well, I mean,
That happens all
you're
the
not
time.
wrong, but yeah, so she's having
Unless you're
difficulties there. But
Izumi from Shikamaru's not just a cutie, because
yeah,
then you have to be saved by Shikamaru, who
yeah, she'll come
has to
by.
do like an
She-
axe kick.
Yeah, she'll come by and drop kick the car out of the way. So if she's stopping, she stops, and she's always got this thing where she likes to. She has in her head she wants to like wear cute outfits and wear cute clothes and stuff. So she catches a pair of shoes, a cute pair of shoes catches her eyes, and she's kind of looking and doing a little bit of window shopping when the boy from before, Tombo, stops by in the car to talk to her. And again, like you said, she's just immediately cold and distant right away. Like,
Mhm.
so she gets back to the bakery and she's told that she has her first customer for her delivery service.
Again, like she's excited, so of course she like grabs her broom and she sets out.
Yep.
And so now they're flying in the air with Gigi, of course. Kiki and Gigi spend a lot of they spend like half the movie together, and then the other. It's weird. There's just so many little things. Like looking back at it, there's so many little things I've noticed about this movie where I'm just
Yeah.
like, I don't really like that. Like the thing with the shoes, right? Like she said she wanted to save up money for the shoes, and she wanted to save up money for like Bone.
Yeah.
Like she makes these ideas, and nothing ever happens with these. She doesn't end up like.
No.
I get it. Like she can't end up buying like everything, but like I would have liked to see at least once in the movie. And I know it's called Kiki's Delivery Service, but honestly, like she only does like 2 or 3 deliveries like the whole time.
I know.
It's more of like
It's very minimal.
it's more of like a slice of life of a delivery girl who's a
Yeah.
witch. It
Yeah.
it didn't. I really wish they showcased more like adventures of her having to actually do deliveries. I
Yeah.
I really felt like it would have done more for the movie, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Yeah.
So, uh, back to them flying in the air. They're talking to Gigi's talking to Geese, right? And Gigi's like, because Kiki is like, oh, what are they saying? And then she's like, they're saying there's gonna be a huge gust of wind coming, and then like Kiki just was like, oh, okay, like it, like literally, like she's acting like it doesn't matter, right? And so now you just start seeing all the geese just they're getting blasted by this gust of wind, and then of course Kiki also goes like flying,
Yeah.
and she has a problem too. Like she crashes into a tree, and the toy drops out, right? So it drops into like a crow's nest, right? Or what are
Yeah.
they?
Yeah. The
Not
cage
crow.
falls.
Yeah.
It's she calls it a crow. Is
Mm.
what she calls it. Um. But yeah. So
It
she goes
didn't really
spiraling.
look like it
No.
didn't look like crow.
No.
But yeah.
So the cage goes falling. She goes diving down into by the woods basically, and she catches it, but then falls into the trees. Which, like you said, she lands into the bird's nest, to which they immediately start attacking her, thinking she's after their eggs.
Their food, their eggs, yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. So she starts flying away from the nest, and as they're flying away, they reach like a distance where the birds stop attacking, and she realizes that they lost the toy that was inside the cage. So now they got to go back and look for it. So as they go back, the birds immediately start attacking her because they're like, "Oh, she's back for the eggs." She comes to finish the job.
So at this point now they're like, oh no, we're not gonna make it in time, right?
Yeah,
So Kiki gets this idea like, okay, Gigi, you pretend to be the doll, because I guess the doll was literally made
a black
after
cat.
it
It's a
was
black
literally a
cat that
black
looks
cat.
just like him.
It was
Yeah.
just looked like Gigi.
Yeah.
So now Gigi is in this new home, with this kid and the bird. Um, there's a bird there. Yeah, like so the kid has a bird and a dog. So it's like
Yeah.
really funny to see like because Gigi can't really move. Like Gigi has to like pretend to be like fake, right?
Yeah.
So I thought it was hilarious when Gigi was on the floor right next to the dog and like Gigi just starts sweating.
Yeah.
It's like it was really funny because at this moment Kiki is going back to get the to actually get the doll, so they can swap back Gigi for
Yeah.
the doll.
Yeah. So she ends up finding. She goes wandering around, and she ends up seeing a cabin in the woods. And inside the window of the cabin is the doll. It's the toy. So she wanders over, and the door's open. And she's kind of like, "Hello, hello, anyone here?" And somebody calls out from up top on the roof. So she sees a ladder, and she climbs up, and then she sees a girl on the roof drawing, and all the birds are now around her. And she's kind of like, "Well, yeah, give me a minute. I'm almost up. Like, give me a minute." I think she's too focused on drawing. So from here, they go down, and she she looks at the toy, and the neck is all like busted, so it's all completely torn. And she says, "Oh no, like what am I gonna do?" And the girl says, "Well, I can fix it." She goes, "Why don't we do a trade?" And then next thing you see is the girl sitting outside, and she's like sewing, doing a motion for sewing, and then you see Kiki's on the floor with like a scrub brush. She's like scrubbing the floor, basically. So it was like a trade off.
Yeah, you clean my home, and I fix your doll,
Yeah,
sort of
yeah,
thing.
basically. So we see that the toy gets fixed, and Kiki flies off to go do the switch. So we go back to the party, and the dog just randomly walks over and grabs a hold of Gigi, and then walks towards the door and starts scratching at it, like, I want to go outside. So they go over and they let the dog out. And he just goes out and immediately puts him on the ground, and it's like yeah, like he knew everything was going on. He was just all he was all in on it.
Jeff the Daisy dog.
Jeff the dog, yeah, which was just
Old
odd. I laughed
old
so hard.
yeah, old man Jeff. It was like cute, and I actually like this interaction
Yeah,
between like Gigi was like, oh yeah, this guy like helped me. So
yeah. So Kiki ends up placing the real toy in his mouth and was like, "Can you go do the swap now?" And he kind of like nods and kind of slowly walks off, going inside. And I like this moment too, because like you see Osno and her husband, I think he is. Because I don't really think they say, but I think we
they
just kind
never
of
say,
assume.
but
We kind of assume.
Osono is also pregnant though, right? Like
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
one thing we forgot to mention earlier on. But yeah, she's like pregnant basically throughout the entire movie.
yeah.
And so yeah, I'm assuming that person is her husband. Yeah, and
I
they
I
run the
would
shop
assume because he's
together.
still there late at night, so I and early in the morning, so I would assume. Um.
Hmm.
So yeah, so they're both standing in the window
And
and they're
he
kind
is
of like
so
looking.
buff.
Yeah, yeah. I So they're both standing in the window and they're kind of like waiting for her, and then they kind of see her flying over, and she's heading down. She's heading down towards them, and then she goes inside and she sees that they've made a sign for her business.
Yeah, I thought the sign looked so cute. I really liked that
Yeah,
sign.
it was like a hand carved one, wasn't it? Like a wood.
Hmm.
I think it's implied that he's the one who like hand carved it,
Hmm.
and
'Cause I think Kiki gives him a hug too, right?
yeah,
Like
she does.
Kiki, yeah,
She like
that's
jumps
so
right up
cute.
into his arms and like hugs
Hmm.
him, kind of thing. so, so yeah, I assume that's what it is. So we see kind of like more like the next day kind of thing, where Kiki is tending to the shop, and she's complaining that she's bored because there's no real customers coming in, and she's just kind of like bored. Um, and then she hears the phone ringing, and she takes the information for her next delivery, which is a pickup. So she got to go to the location to kind of pick it up. So while she's doing this, you see Tombo stops in, and he kind of like grabs like a cookie or something off, and kind of like trying to make a small purchase, just to kind of keep the conversation going with her, like have a conversation with her. But again, she's just cold and ignoring him, basically.
Yeah, and then Tombo invites her to party, right? At like six
Yeah,
o'clock.
6:30. It's 6:30, something like that. It's for the flying club.
So yeah, now she's like, she kind of is like, oh yeah, maybe like right, like she knows she's gonna go, right? Because he's like, oh, I'll be back to pick you up around at
Yeah.
6, right, for the party,
So she's
and
she's immediately excited, but she's like, yeah, whatever, I guess if I'm here.
yeah, exactly. She's like playing it cool, right? She's like, oh, like,
Yeah.
uh, and so yeah, she goes on her delivery and she's helping these two
Old
elderly women,
ladies.
Obachan, right?
Yeah.
And so the girl's like, oh no, I'm sorry, like Albin has like not been walking, so like the pie is disgusting, by the way. What it was like a herring and something pie.
Herring and berry pie or something. Like it was.
Oh god, it's like
Yeah, it was
oh,
something like that.
so
It
gross.
really did not sound good. So, but she's complaining, saying like because the oven's not working, she really wanted to actually cook it so it would be warm when she delivered it. Um, and then Kiki's like, "Look, I don't have any other appointments today. Why don't I just kind of like why don't I help you? I know how to
Hmm.
use a wood stove. My mother's used them. Used to use them all the time. Like I could easily do it." So the girl explains, yeah, we got firewood. So Kiki runs off and goes and grabs the firewood, and she starts getting a fire going and getting it ready for them to actually start baking the pie. So she places it in and it starts cooking it. And then she's like, I'm just might as well just help out. I'm gonna be here. You see her like changing light bulbs, doing, doing these other things around the house. And then she asked her, why don't we go have tea? So they're kind of sitting around having tea when they realize, oh no, oh no, we actually forgot about the pies.
Well, no, they were worried about the time because Kiki was like, "Oh, I
Yeah, yeah.
have," and they're like, "Oh, actually,
Oh, the party. That's
our
right. Yeah,
clock
yeah,
is wrong. Our
yeah,
clock is like 10 minutes slow or something like that."
yeah,
And so Kiki, they checked the pie because they're like, it might not be done. Like we might be taking it out too early. That's what their
yeah.
thing was. And then they said that like obviously they checked the pie and was like, oh, it's actually like perfect though. So they put
I don't know. It looked a little black around the edges for me, but
I just grandma's cooking. You don't know grandma's cooking? Always little bits.
yeah,
So she goes out, and so now they go outside for her to go to the under, and it's now
yeah.
pouring rain. So she makes the delivery in the rain. Oh, who's the girl? Oh my god, the girl that they delivered to is so rude. Also.
Well, she's that snobby girl that we've seen with Tombo. She's like one of the
Mm-hmm.
ones in the car,
Yeah.
and yeah. So like Kiki was flying this whole time in the rain, and she's got like the basket because it's in a basket. And she's got it like under her dress because she's like sheltering it, trying to like keep it from being like rained on too much, kind of thing. Um, so yeah, so she's kind of upset as she like gets to the location because she realized it's almost like the girl was so rude about everything. Oh, I hate my grandmother's pies. Oh, great, another one of her pies. Like I hate these pies. They're so gross. Like, yeah, whatever. Bye, delivery girl. Like, like she's so extremely rude, and it puts Kiki almost like in a foul mood because she's kind of like, I'm gonna miss my party because the only dress she owns is that the one she's wearing, and she's now riding around in the rain because she had to do this delivery. And she's kind of like, in a sense, like, I had to deliver to this ungrateful brat who didn't even want it to begin with.
And I like too like when she found out she was going to the party and she's talking to Osono and she's like, oh no, this is like the only thing I have, like, oh, what should what, like, I don't have anything else to wear. I
What
wish
am
I
I
had
gonna
something else
do?
to wear.
Yeah,
Like, what am I gonna do? And Osono's like,
yeah,
why that? Like, it's really like it makes you look mysterious. The black
yeah,
cloak makes you look like
yeah,
mystery girl. Like, it's really neat. Sort of like like it gives off like really neat, like good vibes, right? Like it's different
yeah,
than what everyone else around here wears. Like you would stand out, but like it's good. That's what she kind of said.
yeah. Basically, and so we see Tombo is kind of like waiting for her at the shop, and he kind of just misses her because he kind of walks away as she's like flying over the roof towards the house. So she gets off and immediately rushes into the attic, and she starts drying up her clothes.
And
Man,
then in true
also it's
anime
basically like,
fashion,
yeah. Well, also at first it's like, well, aren't you gonna go to the party? Like Tombo was waiting for me. She's like, well, obviously I can't go in wet clothes, kind of thing, right? Because again, like it's the only outfit she has, right? Um,
hmm
and then like you said, yeah, in true Japanese fashion, the next morning.
yeah, in true Japanese fashion, if you get caught in rain, you just immediately get sick.
Yep, yep, immediately. So yeah, so also know is calling out.
Oh, your audio.
Yeah, Toto.
Hmm. Okay, so I'll take it from here for a little bit. So yeah, Osano was kind of like calling out to her, and then Gigi was like, uh, kind of pawing at the window and like meowing. I was like, oh yeah, like up here, and then like so Osano comes in, and she notices that like, oh, Kiki is sick, and also like to not only is Kiki sick, she's just also in bad mood, right? Because of the because she like missed the party and stuff like that. So she's just like, because another thing throughout the movie is like Kiki was like, "Oh yeah, I'm in this big town," and she almost like just thinks like, "Oh yeah, she's gonna make all these friends and like life is gonna be great," and like it really hasn't happened. And like the one
Yeah.
person who is actually trying to be her friend, she's not like trying,
Well,
which
yeah, she's
again
like
like
actively
almost,
pushing them away.
yeah, it's like it.
Yeah,
It like is counter like intuitive to like I feel like what her whole persona was.
yeah,
Like I really just didn't like how she treated Tombo like the whole movie realistically. Well, for most of it, right?
yeah,
So
yeah,
um yeah, Osono kind of helps Kiki get better, and Gigi's trying to like make her feel better, and like she's now kind of giving like pushing Gigi away, like, yeah, you don't understand, right? Like sort of thing. But
yeah.
mm,
So he's basically like, yeah, it was just an odd. This is where it starts to get a little bit odd between the two of them. So Kiki's like, again, she's in her foul mood. She's kind of like sitting there, and also made like oatmeal for her. And she's like, do I have to eat? Like, yeah, it'll feel better. Like, it'll make you feel better. Like, eat kind of thing, right?
mhm.
And magically the next day, Kiki is like better, and
Of
she's
course,
making
of
she's
course.
making pancakes. So as she's doing this, she calls out to Gigi, kind of like, "Where are you?" And Gigi's like has a girlfriend now. It's the next door neighbor's cat.
Diddy, yeah. Gigi's hang out with Diddy, the cat. It's like it is cute. I was like, hey, which was really
Eh?
cute. I was like, hey.
Yeah. So Asano asked her for a favor and asked her to kind of do a delivery for herself. And I like this one because like with Kiki, she immediately tries to turn down the fee, like the fare, like the money for the delivery.
Mhm.
And she's basically like, no. she's like, you need to be paid for your work. Like, you're not helping out at the shop. Like, you're not doing the like this is your actual job. So you deserve to be paid for this kind of thing, right? So Kiki finally kind of agrees, and she goes off for her delivery. And when gets to her spot, she's kind of like looking around, like where's this delivery? And she's looking over at the ocean. Um, when again the wind starts blowing up.
Oh, yeah, that was another thing too. Like when she first got to like Osono's place, and she
Yep.
like got her like she was happy, like she could look out her window and see ocean.
Hmm.
Like she's just really enamored about the ocean, and it's funny
Yeah.
because Gigi's like, I don't understand what's so. It's just a lot of water,
Well,
right?
that's
Because like
all it
it's
is, right? It's
cat.
just like a big
E-
puddle, right?
Exactly. So like that's just kind of another little note too
Yeah.
that just kind of gets hidden in the movie sometimes. But yeah, she's like really enamored with the movie, and then so she realizes that the delivery was from Tombo. Tombo was the one who kind of
That's
had
who the delivery was for, kind of
yeah.
thing. Yeah.
And then so
So
like Tombo was like, "Oh yeah, we really missed you at the party and stuff like that." And it was really neat. Like this part was like actually really neat, where like he's like, "Oh yeah, let me show you what we are working on." Like our group is like working on building like a bicycle like flying machine, like sort of thing.
yeah, yeah. Well, you
So
see
like
it a
it was,
lot, especially like when you're looking at like the old like footage of like the Wright brothers when they were coming up with the plane,
hmm
right? You
yeah.
see like their bicycle with the wings and the you see them trying the different things, right? And it's more what showcasing this a little bit more with their flying club, right?
So yeah, now they are going. Tombo and Kiki are kind of just like friends now. They're like hanging out, right?
Well, the talking is up, and he's like, well, he shows her the bike, the flying bike. And he's kind of like, well, let me bike you home because I wanna kind of practice, riding the bike and like making the propeller move and like kind of go through, right? So
Well, no, he said he wanted to show her the oh, I forgot what they call. It's basically like a zeppelin, right? Like they're building a zeppelin. He's like, oh
it's a
yeah, we
blimp.
should.
It's a
It's a
blimp,
blimp,
basically.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so he's like, oh yeah, I want to show you like what they are building down at the ocean, like yeah, yeah. So yeah, they go together to go see that, right? And like this propeller thing is like they start like they are riding like in the street, and they're like leaning together. It's almost like if you're on motorcycle, if you have been on
Yeah.
motorcycle with someone else, and then you have to like lean with them, right? Uh, and stuff like that. So yeah, it's like, but they're like on this bike thing, and then they end up almost causing another car crash.
Well, because you're in the
And
middle of the road, they're like
yeah, it's
literally
like
in the middle, and there's like
I
two
just
lanes of cars coming at them, right? So
again, I don't understand why movies like do this sort of thing. Like
yeah,
it's like they couldn't write a different way to put them in danger. And it doesn't do anything for the like story at all. They go flying off a cliff, right? And then it's kind of they kind of end up falling to the ground, right? It's like they laugh about it, right? Because like they fall into like trees and like they fall and it's like okay, right? Um, I I don't know. It just there's just like some parts like this again like it got good. I really enjoyed the moment before, and then they did something
yeah.
like that. I'm just like, okay, it just kind of pulled me out of it, honestly.
Well, it's because again, like they're flying, like they're going around on the bike, and then a car approaches them at first, and he kind of does like this hopping motion, which kind of surprises him because he starts flying because
Mm-hmm.
as he lifts the bike up a little bit, the propeller starts going up, and he's been spinning repeatedly with his bike, right? So now they're kind of start going up in the air, and they're kind of like a little bit of flying a bit, and then he almost flies into a bus again, just like Kiki. Like literally, it's like almost the same kind of scenario, right? And he kind of
Mm-hmm.
goes flying, like you say, they go flying off the cliff, and they're kind of like and then they fall into like a I don't know, hillside park, I guess, like by the water. Like, so I like this part too because now they're like sitting next to each other and they're just talking normally, right, for a little bit.
Hmm.
Um, and then they start going to look at the blimp.
So yeah, as they get closer to the blimp, Tumble was like, "Oh, it's getting late. Like we should like go back and stuff like that." Oh no, they are together
His
here and
friends,
they're just talking, and his friend's showing up,
yeah,
right? And so yeah, I just like and he's friends with one of the snobby girl, right? So like
yeah.
Tombo was like, "Oh yeah, let me introduce you to my friends," and she's like, "Yeah, no,
Mm.
never mind. I don't want to. I have to go home." Like what? Like just
Yeah.
kind of like there was no again. There was no explanation. It was just like, "Okay, I'm done here," and just kind of
Well, she
left.
basically when she explains it as she walked away, like not her so much, but the girl in the car explains, "Oh, that was the delivery girl. I'm pretty sure that was the delivery girl." So you get the hint that that's the girl who basically said, "I hate my grandmother's
Hmm.
pies. Oh, I don't know
Yeah,
why she did this," kind of thing, right? And
yeah,
that's more
I
the
know who it
reason why
was.
Kiki. That's
No,
more
but
the reason why
exactly.
Kiki was annoyed with her, right?
Yeah, yeah,
You know,
yeah.
it's just like, yeah, whatever.
It's like, oh, you're
I'm
friends with
going.
her. Okay, yeah, no,
Yeah,
I don't know if I really want to be around
yeah,
her. Like, I kind of really know kind of her personality. I exactly
yeah,
so.
yeah.
Yeah.
So then Kiki ends up going off by herself and starts heading home. And then when
Again,
she
this
gets
is a
home,
part in the movie where I would have liked it if we had like Tombo follow Kiki here
yeah,
to kind of get a better understanding on what kind of happened, because I feel like this movie they bring up points and then they just kind of forget about them.
yeah. Well, and I understood his excitement to a little bit because the girl had arranged for them to go inside the blimp to kind of take a look,
Mhm.
right?
And not
So I
only
can
that
understand
too,
him.
I like this is the first time he saw his friends right after his bike started flying. So of course he probably would have been
Yeah,
like, "Oh guys, like we're so close to getting it done," like sort of thing, right? Like I can also see
yeah.
his excitement too, like, "Oh, I want to tell them the news at what just happened and stuff like that."
Well,
So
that's exactly it,
I
right?
also understand it too, but it seems like he, like, is enamored with Kiki, and he was enamored with her, like, right from the
Yeah,
very beginning, right? Because like, she's
yeah.
rich and, like, obviously his dream is to be flying, right? And, like, this girl's just on Bloom flying, so he's like, "Oh," and he even makes notes like, "Oh, it must be so great for you to just be able to, like, go around and fly everywhere," right? Like, it's gotta be so, like, "I wish I could do that," sort of thing.
Yeah, yeah. Well, exactly.
But,
So,
mm, I'm kinda done with this scene, so if you want to continue, yeah.
yeah, I was just gonna say, she goes home, and as she gets to the location, this is the part where I start to get taken out a little bit of the story because at this point, Gigi, she can't understand Gigi. He's just talking like an actual cat now, so he's just meowing at her,
Nya, nya. Nya, nya.
and she has like no understanding what he's saying. So she's kind of like, "What are
Yeah.
you doing? Like, what's
I was
going on?" And
definitely shocked in this moment too, right? I was just
yeah,
like,
well,
I
she's
just
like,
didn't like it. I
well,
get
she's
it,
like
like she's
eating,
having
isn't
like
it?
mental breakdown. Yeah, she's like eating and she's like, I get it. She's having mental breakdown. She's overstressed. Like, she's still
Yeah,
adjusting to her new life here. She doesn't have her
yeah,
friends or her family. She's struggling to make friends, though that's equally on her as it is the other people in the town. I feel like, especially with Tombo.
well, it is, yeah. So
Because
she takes note
I
that
felt like the one real
yeah.
time that she gave him a chance, it was going good. It like worked
Oh yeah,
out.
yeah. Mhm.
And like I get it, like you said, I understand like who was in the car, like she didn't want to really be there, but like she like I feel like she should have like said something. Like they just didn't. I feel like they didn't want to write a
She could have at
confrontation.
least
So
attempted it.
yeah,
She could
exactly.
have at least
So
attempted something, but
I just didn't like the fact that she just walked away. And
yeah,
if they had her walk away, they should have had Tombo follow. And they did
yeah,
neither. And
yeah,
they chose the worst outcome for that situation, in my opinion. There was three
yeah.
different outcomes they could have went to, and they chose the worst one. So
Well, that's exactly it. So she's eating, and Gigi comes in, and he's just meowing again, just meowing at her, and she makes note that she's like, "Look, like I don't mind if you have a girlfriend, you go hang out with your girlfriend, but like don't stop being late for dinners and stuff like this, right?"
Mhm.
And she makes note that she can't understand him anymore, and he also kind of, to a sense, it's almost like the disconnect was gone, because literally all he does, he comes in, grabs food, and leaves.
Yeah, it's like they're and the thing is, like, this is it for the rest of the movie. Like, I don't
Yeah,
think Gigi says a single thing for the rest of the movie.
no, no, not at all.
It's just like you have her friend here, right? And so like now she has like mental breakdown and like now she's like now that she freaked out that she can't talk to Gigi, she tries to get on broomstick, right? So
Yeah,
like she's like I can't fly anymore. Like this is terrible because like now I'm gonna lose my job because I
I
cannot
can't do
fly
anything.
anymore. So now I can't
Well,
do
that's exactly it.
deliveries.
So now she's panicking 'cause she's like, "I'm losing my powers," kind of thing, right? Um, so at this point, she's like running. I don't know. She's like in a way like running and jumping, like hopping, trying to like force herself into flying, right?
Hmm.
And
She tries to
she's
practice
constantly,
getting
yeah,
her
she's going,
magic back in a sense.
yeah. So she's like going downhill, and she's kind of like in a way like trying to be like almost like a stubborn time of the tantrum, like, "Come on, fly, fly, fly!" And she's like
Hmm.
jumping and like doing little hops, and she's really trying. And she goes off a ledge, and she ends up tumbling, and then she ends up breaking her broom.
Yeah, she breaks her mother's broom. It's sad. Like it's like frustration, right? Too.
Yeah, yeah. And then
So
she goes and she talks with Osino about it, basically, kind of sharing everything that's been kind of going on.
yeah, so Tombo ends up calling Kiki again, asking like, "Oh, did you see the blimp? Like, did you see it? Like, because I
Yeah.
think he was in the blimp,
He
or
was. So as
yes."
you see, because as she's talking with Osino about her issues,
Hmm.
uh, Osino's husband's like excited about the blimp, right? He kind of like opens, kind of like points to like, "Look, the blimp's flying," kind of thing, right? And you see as it's flying by, you see him waving in the window, basically. He's trying to like wave at Kiki, trying to get her attention as they fly by, right?
Hmm.
So and that's what he was doing. He was calling her to kind of point out, like, "Did you see me? Did you see me, like, while I was flying by," kind of thing.
And yeah, she's like, "Okay, just stop calling me. Like, I don't really want to talk to you anymore," sort of thing. Which again,
Yeah,
like she again, it's like I know I'm being repeating myself, but it's like he's actively trying to be your friend.
yeah, and I know it's difficult because in this moment she's like, "Look, I'm in the middle of like a crisis, right? Like,
Hmm.
I don't have my cat companions gone, because it's now like I can't understand it. It's gone.
She's
I'm
like
losing my
losing everything
powers,
essentially.
right? Yeah." So she's kind of like at that wit's end kind of thing, right? And she's kind of like, "Look, can you just stop? Like, I don't really care about this nonsense right now," kind of thing. Um,
So as she starts making her way to her own part of the house, like her like room, uh, the girl from the forest showing up now, and was just wanted to kind of see her essentially. Like I just wanted to kind of like hang out, right? And so she kind of Kiki lets her know about like what's been going on, right? So
yeah,
she's like, "Oh, like you should come by. You should like get away from the city and like get your mind off things and kind of relax and like we'll just go to the forest or whatever. Like you can just stay with me for a little bit, right?"
yeah, yeah,
So of course Osono was like, "Yeah, I think it'd be a good idea for you to get out of the shop for a little bit and stuff like that." Right. So she goes and goes back to the forest to help like clear her mind and find her like spirit again. Um, I thought this was like this part I think was really good too, but
yeah.
I felt like there could have been other directions they could have taken for her to find her inspiration again. But
I was
yeah,
okay with it. I think there could have been a little bit more of a showcase to it. Um, You mean literally? She just basically goes and spends a night.
Hmm.
That's how it seems, anyway. So then that's pretty much it, right?
I really like the drawing, and like I kind of liked how
Yeah,
she was well, she was like, you have to learn to like trust your own spirit and like to find your own inspiration, and it's hard sometimes. And like even she said, she's like, I was having trouble with inspiration, but and then you showed up, right? And so she was talking about like how the picture, like the girl on, like it was like a Pegasus or like a unicorn sort of like creature that she drew.
yeah,
And
yeah,
she's like, "Oh yeah, the girl on there is you." And then like so she kind of was asking Kiki to model a little bit. um, but yeah, so Kiki was like, "Okay, I think it was like nice for me to kind of. It was good to be out here and like really like get refreshing. Like it was
yeah,
refreshing and stuff like that. It was really quiet and like nice." And she's like, "I think I'm ready to go back." Right.
yeah.
So on the way home, do you have anything else for that part?
No, no, that's pretty much it. I mean, there's not much else. She literally looks at the painting and she models, and then they go to bed.
Yeah.
That's basically it. So,
So she on the way home she stops and she visits the Obachans, the older girls, the
yeah,
elderly, the two girls, like the grandma, and they make her a cake this time, which is like really cute. I was like, oh, that is like really nice. And then
yeah,
they are sitting there, yeah, they are sitting there talking about just kind of like life. Like they're asking each other when their birthdays is so they can like give
yeah.
each other presents and stuff like that.
Presents and stuff.
Yeah, it's like I really like
Yeah.
it's like cute like little moment I think between, but this is the part of the movie where like she's just going through all the characters that she met right along the way. I just again it's like it's fine, but again I just don't think that this does much for the story.
No,
And
no.
that's
So,
my biggest problem with a lot of this movie is like so much
well,
of it just feels like, oh, it's 5 minutes here, and then it's like 10 minutes here, and then it's this five
yeah,
minutes here, and then it's like
yeah,
other 10 minutes, and it seems so disconnected at times. Instead of like
yeah.
one whole overarching story, like in Your Name or something like that, right? It just really felt like if you split this up into three anime episodes, it would be one of those animes where you don't have to watch the first one to know what happens in the second one, and so
Oh,
on.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
It reminded me a lot of the anime. Oh, what was it? We just finished it. The Slow Life Pharmacist, right? Like
Oh,
it
yeah, yeah.
felt like that,
Cheap
where like
pharmacist.
every
Yeah,
episode, every like 10 minutes was just something like a
yeah.
small little story, and that's what this felt to me like. The only like there's a few like like her breakdown, right? Like her trying to find herself. It's like, okay, there was like 10 minutes of that, right?
Yeah.
And like 10 minutes of her journeying to the new town. Right? Like I said, it's just like small little disconnects, and it's just like yeah, I felt like it was like a slice of life more than like an actual movie about her being delivery girl. But anyway, so they are sitting in the room and they are kind of watching they're
Mm.
watching the TV,
Yeah.
and the blimp is like now flying, right? Like really takes off and it's like flying to through the city,
Yeah.
and it like crashes. Like now it's like now that we have problem.
Well, they noticed the windstorm is starting to take it. So it's in its original starting point, and the wind starts.
Oh,
It's
that's
like a
right.
big
That's
storm,
right.
starts
Yes.
knocking it around, and you
Mm.
see it kind of going up in the air, almost like upside down, like on like kind of completely vertical, right? And it's going up, and a bunch of people are grabbing on the ropes, trying to like hold it down, if you will. Um, and to no avail. It starts flying up in the air, and she notices that one person left hanging onto it, coincidentally, is Tombo, and he starts getting flown into the air, hanging onto the string of this blimp. Again, It's like classic Disney, the way that they do these kind of conflicts. Like the end story conflict.
So of course now she's freaking out, and she's like, "Oh wait,
Yeah,
that's my friend," which again I have a problem with because you like you don't treat him very much like friend throughout the whole movie.
yeah. Hey,
Uh,
you're gonna be there at the end.
I guess so. So yeah, she hurries into the city, and so she's like, "I need to find a broom. I need to find a broom," and she just this guy like
Like a street cleaning janitor or something,
yeah.
basically. He's got like a janitor's broom
Oh, I
style
feel
kind of
like
thing, right?
he well, because now everyone is like seeing it on television, I think everyone like leaves their shop and he just kind of
Yeah,
had it in his
yeah,
hand and everyone's like leave
yeah,
their shop and he's just like looking up and he's like, "Oh," and then she's like, "Can I have this broom?" He's like, "No, this is my broom," and she's like, "All right, thanks, I'll give it back." She just like takes it.
yeah. She hops on it and it like kind of like puffs out the ending, kind of like a, oh, we're gonna take off kind of thing.
Hmm. And so yeah, she like now she's in the middle of the street again.
Yeah.
And so like everyone's just like kind of now enamored with her. Like, what is this girl doing, right? And she's like, it's gonna work. I'm gonna fly again. So yeah, she gets her broom to
Gets
work
this broom
mostly.
and start flying.
Like,
Yeah.
all
Well,
right,
it's the same
so
same kind of similar takeoff. She stumbles around for a bit and then she composes herself.
mhm. And then so yeah, now I love the news anchor guy. He's like announcing it like it's a sporting event.
Yeah.
And the boy is hanging out for dear life. Oh my god, will he survive? Like, yeah, sort of like all of this sort of thing, right? Uh, oh, he's climbing up the rope. Oh, he's slipping. Oh, they're getting closer to the clock tower. And stuff like that. Like, they're gonna hit the
Yeah.
clock tower. Yeah, like stuff like this.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Tombo is literally at the end of his rope.
Boo! 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 Boo!
That's mean. That's mean. I was waiting the whole episode to make that joke. So yeah, Kiki is like hovering around, trying to get to him, just trying. Like, oh, and the announcer's like, oh, she's so close. Oh, she just missed him again. So,
Well, because the blimp is hanging now. Because the blimp slammed into the clock tower,
mm-hmm.
and the top of the clock tower kind of fell, and then it kind of tumbled over, and it's now like stuck between the clock tower and another building. So he's of course swinging on his rope, and like you said, she's trying to go and get anywhere near him. But there's moments where like she keeps like overflying him, like she go well past him and then come back, and it's like this like back and forth kind of thing, right? And she's trying to like grab a hold of him.
So he eventually falls, and of course, she's able to chase him and was able
Yeah.
to grab his arm, and they both kind of float gently down, right, because of the broom. So, yeah, it was they were able to. She saved him, and so I was like, "Yay, happy ending, yatta!"
And then yeah, at this moment, this is pretty much the end of it. Like they go through and they showcase like a bit more of like what everyone else is doing and those kind of things, and we actually see that Tombo actually goes through with his plan and actually makes a prototype of his flying bike. So he's got like a shield, he's got the wings on it now, and he moved the propeller to the back instead of the front, and you really kind of see him, and he takes off, and they're flying together, kind of thing. It was really cute. Like I like the ending of it. Um, and then you see the excitement of like her father, because she finally sent home a letter.
Yeah, I thought it was good too. I liked it showcasing at the end where like it kind of does showcase like, oh yeah, look, she actually ended up joining his friend group. And you see Gigi there too, so it's kind of like full circle. Like everyone has kind of
Yeah.
become friends
Well,
now.
yeah, like she goes through and she's like flying with Gigi, and he's now taking his like you know, son black cat with him.
Oh, I did not notice that.
Yeah,
Oh,
because he had
mm,
because he had babies. So you see like you see there's like 4 kittens, and there's like 3 of them are
eh,
white, like Lily,
mm,
and one of them is a black cat.
mm.
And then from
Hi.
that moment on, every time Gigi would go somewhere, it's with Kiki, the other little black cat was with him. But again, you don't hear him talk ever again, which I found which is really weird and odd.
Overall, I thought it was like a pretty good movie. It was cute. It was like old school movie, but of course, it was
Yeah.
made in the 90s, so it literally is like an older movie. It just kind of just like a.
89, wasn't it? I think it was 89.
I thought it was,
Maybe it was
oh,
90.
is it 89? I thought it was
Yeah.
90. Okay.
When I was
Well,
looking it up,
anyway.
it said 89. But
Okay. Then it was, it
but it's
was in
that
that
Disney
time period.
style.
You know what I
Yeah, it's
mean?
that Disney style. Yeah.
Late 80s, 90s movie, right? They were
Yeah.
everything was kind of the same between like the 80s and the 90s. A lot of the style really
Yeah.
didn't change until like the mid 2000s, right? With animation.
Yeah, pretty much.
It was just kind of a nice feel good story about like self discovery in a way. Like, okay, yeah,
Yeah.
this is kind of what I'm meant to do, but I I just have some problems with like it's called Kiki's Delivery Service. She didn't really do that a whole lot in the
No,
movie.
she does like 4. So there's like she does one delivery at the beginning.
Mhm.
Then there's like another delivery of like a box. This guy comes by next to the deliver like a heavy box. And then after that, she does the delivery for the Obachan, and then she does that one delivery for Asano, and then that's basically it. Like that sums up the entire like movie of deliveries. That's literally all she does
And they
throughout
didn't
the entirety of it.
like outside of like two of them, they didn't really showcase like, oh, she's left, oh, she got there, oh, she left, right? It wasn't like
Yeah, yeah,
there wasn't like this flying scene or like one thing I will actually really say that I liked even now, right, is I thought the animation was actually really, really good. Like it
yeah.
holds
Given
up
its
like
time period, it's good for its time period.
I still like I think it's like even good like now I feel like there was I really enjoyed the scene where like when the blimp was flying and there was like a
Yeah.
car, right? The car was at the end of the blimp and it fell into the pool and then you saw like the water like splash out of the pool. I actually thought that was like really, really good animation. Like they animated
Hmm.
that like so like pretty well.
They
And I
did. Yeah.
really like a lot of the visual, like the scenery, like when she like flying towards the town and she's
Yeah.
flying over the town. You
Even
see all
above,
these
like
little
yeah. I
shops
was just gonna
and
say with
stuff like
like when
that.
she's flying up
Hmm.
high, you're
Yeah,
just like looking over everything, below her kind of thing.
and I really like the difference in like when she was leaving her town, right? You saw like how small her town was, and then you saw like the progression, like okay, look how big the city is and stuff like that. Like I
Yeah.
really like what like when she was traversing the city, like just the different parts of the city, like little park and like the one like near the ocean where her and Tombo went. Like I thought that was
Yeah.
animated
Yeah.
pretty good. I like the small like little beach pots too. We're just like sitting talking and looking at the blimp and stuff like that. So there's just like a lot that like the animation was really really strong and the scenery scenes were also like really strong, even with the forest scene, like the girl's cabin and just everything.
Yeah.
I really liked a whole lot of it, honestly. I thought it was like pretty good.
Yeah, there's a lot of good detailing when it came to a lot of the animation. Like you said, I like the wooded scene when she's going to the cabin initially. Um, when the birds were attacking, the way they were knocked back, even when the wind was hit, like when the birds get hit by the wind, like the way they showcased a lot of that stuff was really really well done. Um, the music was okay. Like was that
It was very like
Again, that
90s.
cheesy Disney like
Exactly.
feel good music, kind of like
Yeah, it wasn't anything really spectacular. So I know
no,
what
it
you
was
mean.
there. Yeah, it
Exactly.
wasn't
It was
really
just
like
there.
yeah,
It fit the movie well, like so that's good. But
yeah.
again, it's kind of hard to like really mess up the music. Yeah.
Mm. I don't know.
It's very rare that I think music in anime is bad. Like there's times I'm just like, oh, the music was just there.
Yeah.
It's not often where I'm just
Oftentimes
like,
that's
oh,
all
this
it is.
music
It's not
was
like
really bad. There's some anime where I'm just like, oh yeah, there was background music. I just I
it was
forgot about
there,
it.
but it's like
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
because it's just
But
like
I
such a
wouldn't necessarily say
standard,
anything was
right? Just like it was just a standard.
yeah, yeah.
So I know you're talking a little bit about the things you like, and I, throughout this episode, talked about a lot of the things I did not like when we got to it. I'm actually curious on some of your like negative points with the movie.
Again, this is where I have to more kind of, like I said, take out my personal biases with this. um, again, I think, like you said, for a movie called Kiki's Delivery Service, they really don't focus a lot on the delivery service itself. And again, I would have liked to have seen a little bit more of that. There were a lot of moments where they could have kind of dialed back on the some of the other kind of background stuff that she was doing rather than, like her cooking pancakes or doing a lot of these other like things. Like they could have dialed back a little bit on it and showcase a little bit more of the delivery services that she was doing. Um, again, we see the one where she really like showcases it fully, which was the beginning one. And then everything else, like you said, it was just a matter of she's flying out to do delivery. Okay, now she's there. Here you go, sign. And then that's kind of basically it, right?
Hmm.
Um, and then the only other thing is like the little struggle with the Obachan about cooking, cooking the ridiculous pie.
Well, again, like that didn't like it didn't have anything with to do with her like actually delivering anything. Like there was just like
Yeah,
she was helping them cook a pie. Like I don't know. It just there's a lot that I had some problems with.
I would have liked it if the pie was ready. She grabs it and then it starts raining, and she has to find ways to dodge the rain or something, right? To make sure
Mhm.
the delivery gets done in time, right? Like you know what I mean? Um,
Yeah,
if there was more like the issues with the actual delivery servicing rather than I show up for my delivery and the pie's not done, so I have to
like
I have to help them cook the pie. Like,
I think it would have been better if she missed the like party because of the rain, which she kind of did, but
yeah,
like it's not like, oh, I have to wait here. Like I would have liked it like it would have she picked up the pie and then she gets to like the place that she was going to, right? And then I wouldn't have mind if like it was starting to rain and she just kind of hung out at either that place or like she had to stop at like a shop or something and then she realized she missed
yeah,
the party because of the rain. That I would have felt like would have been better than, oh no, I got all wet and like okay, like yeah. I didn't really particularly like that part of it.
yeah. And I would have even been okay if they even showcased her, you know, going to the party, even, right? Um,
Yeah, I would have also liked that too.
like
Like I would have liked
she
like
comes home
Osona, right?
soaking wet.
I know
She comes
Sona
home
has something
soaking
for
wet.
her.
Yeah, and then also was like, "Go check your room," and she goes in and she like sewed her a dress or something, or oh, I had this from myself when I was younger or something, right?
Just like it could have been that simple. And
Yeah,
then I
and
would have liked
I
her to
hemmed
go
it
to the
for her.
party and like try to like make friends like and meet everyone. Because you
Yeah,
see these characters like they are the most ultimate background characters where like you see clips of them and they don't really do anything. They don't really serve any
no,
purpose. And a lot of anime like every background character like will say something and actually have like they're like, oh wow, okay, that was kind of like interesting for the story, and like just a lot of these background characters, like if you took out 90% of these background characters, I don't think the movie changed at all.
Yeah,
And that's my
no,
problem.
exactly.
Yeah, that's a huge
Well,
problem that I
and,
have with this movie.
well, that's the thing. Is like for a movie that was focusing so heavily on slice of life, they really weren't bringing in a lot of the characters
Yeah, because
as well as they could have.
slice of life is done the best when you have like a lot of character, like when you have a lot of characters
Well, you actually use them
and you
properly,
use
right?
them. Yeah, I mean, you don't
Yeah,
even need this thing is like you don't even need a lot, and I feel like maybe that might have been this movie's problem is
yeah.
they focus too many, they focus too much on background characters that didn't like matter. Because I think between her and Tombo, I felt like that should have been the main focus on the movie if you
Yeah,
didn't really want to focus on the delivery, and they ended up choosing the girl from the woods and the grandmas. Like it
I
just
know.
they just chose the wrong background characters for a
Yeah.
13-year-old girl to hang out with. Like that's another thing too. I'm just like, why is this 13-year-old girl hanging out with like adults? Like I feel like it should have focused more. And I didn't want it to be like a love story. That's not what I'm trying to say.
No, 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 no.
But it could
But
have
just
been like,
friendship, just something,
yeah, because
right?
like it would have been neat. I would have also like
Like
for her
Asano makes
to.
sense. Like I understand
Oh yeah,
Asano because
no,
that's
that's
kind of like
she definitely
second mother,
that's like a
right?
secondary character. Like I
Yeah,
wouldn't even say that's a
yeah,
background character. She's like one of the main characters in the
yeah,
movie, right? She's
yeah.
definitely a supporting character, like a major supporting character. And I would have liked to see like her hanging out with his friends and her
Yeah.
kind of talking about like, oh yeah, like maybe even trying to show them like some of the potions her mom makes, right? Because she has
Hmm.
some idea how to make some potions, right? Like I would have
Yeah.
liked her to explain that and be like showing them how she flies around and just,
Well, maybe even discussing the flying, like like when I take off, all my thrust is from
yeah,
the
just
the
explain
back
that.
end of my broom, not the front side, and then give him the idea. Oh, well, maybe I can put the propeller on. Maybe I can put
Exactly.
the propeller on the back,
That would be
right? Like,
perfect though.
yeah,
Mm.
just some little things like that. Like again, I think if they chose to focus on the right things, I think it could have you know been much better. And again, if they did it that way too, that also could have created at least a little bit of sense of an overarching story.
Yeah,
Like
you see her get to a new town. Yeah,
she's helping the flying club work towards actually being able to fly. And then it kind of pieces
exactly.
together at the end with the group of them flying, right? Like how it ended.
Yeah, I totally agree with that.
Yeah.
Okay, so what uh what do you give this movie? What is the rating for it?
Yeah. Like I said, I had to draw my biases out of it because again, like I said, it's not my genre, it's not my class. Like I don't really particularly like this kind of feel good childish Disney movies. Like I really don't.
Mm.
Um, so for me, if I was rated accurately, like to my immediate feelings of everything, it'd be like a 6.5, 7. Um,
Mm.
but if I factor out everything, like I said, my biases and everything, it's a good story. It is. It's probably like a 7, 9, 8. Um, it is a good story. If again, if you just take it as a whole, so
I had it at 8.1, but as we were going through this review, I
yeah,
realized just how many flaws this movie had,
yeah.
so I can't actively give it a B grade. I also have it like a 7.9. If they just fixed a few things, I could have had it like 8.3 maybe, but
Oh,
like I
and yeah,
don't
if
think I
they
could have
tweak it,
been
it could
like
have been
so much
higher,
higher.
but
Yeah,
no,
I
you would it'd be so hard to get anything past like an 8.2, 8.3.
and
Like,
that's I think because it's just the nature of the time period it was like even
yeah,
created. I think that also you can't uh discount that fact, and it's like I know people are probably gonna hate that fact that we graded it because like it's an older movie, but uh there's many old movies that are actually like really really good, right? This just is
yeah.
one that's it's good, like if I ever have like young children or something like that, I think it'll be like
Oh, Well, that's
fun, like
exactly like
little family. It's like you said, it's Disney. Like young girls and like even young boys can like even enjoy like kind of enjoy this
well,
movie, right?
it's
Like it's
funny
just a
because
Disney movie. Like
it's
exactly
funny because
so.
on TikTok we're on our TikTok page. We asked that question: like, what anime would you recommend to people just getting started?
Mm-hmm.
Taking that approach, like even with my kids, thinking back now, like I had them watching some of other of his works, like Ponyo. We watched that together, and we
I can't
watched
wait.
a few
We
other.
should totally get to Ponyo at some point in this podcasto's history. Yeah.
But we've watched that together as a family kind of thing, right? So
Mm-hmm.
um, it is something that you can do, especially if you have like, kind of like a younger kids, right? Like it is something you could sit and watch with them, kind of thing, right? So, but yeah, I agree. I think for what it is, yeah, it's decent for what it is. But again, it's something you know you have to know your you have to know your genre. You have to know what you like, whether or not you'll enjoy it fully, kind of thing, right? So
Yeah, it like I can easily see myself like seeing like watching this movie again, right? It's like it's
yeah,
not one like I'm not I'd rather watch like Suzume or Your Name or something
yeah,
like that.
yeah,
Like, but it's like
same.
okay, maybe if I watch those ones too many times, like Makria and stuff like that, maybe like okay, you know what? Yeah, let's just go like feeling old school or something like that. Maybe feeling little nostalgia or something like that. I can see
Yeah,
me putting on like this movie, right? But
yeah,
yeah, for the most part, it is like you said, it is what it is. It's like if you like Disney movies, you would definitely like this, especially if you like the
yeah.
older Disney movies like Lion King, Pocahontas, like just like those kind of movies. This one, like
Yeah.
you feel right at home with this one in your collection, honestly.
Yeah. But
Okay,
yeah, I think that's it for today's episode.
thank you so much for watching.
Yeah, and again, thanks for all the follows and thanks for all the
Ah,
again all the attention and all the
oh,
comments
sorry.
we've been getting. All the comments we've been getting on our other socials. We do appreciate everything. So we do like hearing from people. So keep commenting, keep liking, keep kind
Tell
of
your
following
friends.
along.
Tell your if you have friends who like anime, tell them about us. It's really like we really appreciate if you spread the word, and we're trying to build like a nice community here. So thank you so much. And yeah, like Maple said, like follow us on our
Yeah.
socials. We really appreciate if you like our post, and if you can subscribe or follow, like that is going above and beyond and really
Yeah.
fantastic, and it really helps motivate us to continue to do this sort of thing too. You know, just seeing people getting interacting and like happy, like you kind of feel like, oh, people are interested when we post it. It's like it's easier to get behind the mic and like, oh
Yeah.
yeah, this is
So
gonna be great.
yeah, thanks for listening.
So
Again, we'll see you guys next
yeah,
time.
so
Maple
thank you
out.
everybody. Bye bye. Matane.